What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I'm going to talk about a 65-year-old woman that was shot at an ATM some months back, and this is a news article about her recovery and what she's going through, and I want you guys to really listen to what this lady's talking about. This is something I talk about a lot on my channel. You know, speaking through the eyes of a victim and somebody that feels as though they've been done wrong and have been done wrong. Let me just correct that. At the hands of people that prey on them for no damn reason. This story takes place in Covington, Washington, by the way. This lady, according to court documents, and there are no pictures of these people. According to court documents, two men in their 20s approached the victim on April 5th while she was at a BECA ATM machine to deposit a check into her account. She told officers they were yelling at her to give them $1,000. She told them, "No, I don't have $1,000. She said she was yelling help because she was petrified they were going to steal her car with her 10-year-old granddaughter inside. That's when one suspect, later identified as Delamar or Kobe Delamar, fired at her several times. Both men then ran south, got into a Nissan Sentra, and drove away. Surveillance video showed a noticeable dent in the trunk of the car. Now, go ahead and take a look at this video, and we'll come back and talk about this. This type of stuff should never happen, and they need extreme penalties for this type of bullshit. Check it.
An update to a story we brought you back in April. Police arrested and charged two men accused of shooting and attempting to rob a 65-year-old grandmother at an ATM in Covington. Since their arrests, one is still locked up. The other, though, is free at home after paying a significantly reduced bond.
The woman who was shot survived her nearly life-threatening injuries tonight. She spoke with Fox 13 News reporter Nia Wong about the horrific moments and her grief with Washington's judicial system.
This 65-year-old woman is still suffering mentally and physically. She tells me the worst part is how her 10-year-old granddaughter witnessed these two suspects try to rob her of her money and nearly rob her of her life.
While there are days we can't help what happens to us.
I can only manage a few steps at a time without a walker.
This 65-year-old King County woman knows we can make choices.
I have been in hard times in my life when I haven't been able to pay my bills, but I didn't go rob anybody or shoot them.
And she has no sympathy for the men who made the choice to shoot her.
I can still very vividly see the motion of him turning toward me, lowering the gun. He knew exactly what he was doing. He missed my femoral artery by about an inch.
Fearing for her life, Tina asked us to hide her face and last name. She'll never forget the night she was shot at this BECU ATM in Covington.
He shot me 3 times, but I have 8 wounds. And one of the bullets fragmented when it hit my femur.
Weeks later, police arrested Colby Delamar and Trice Famavangche. Court documents say the two men approached Tina demanding money, with Delamar pulling the trigger. But it's not the gunshots that are seared in Tina's memory.
They do not have the vision of my granddaughter running around that parking lot in absolute hysterics after they left because she didn't know what to do.
Tina's granddaughter witnessed the shooting just feet away. She says they both have suffered nightmares ever since.
I still have a lot of pain. I grunt and groan a lot when I'm moving and getting up and getting down. And she's always afraid that I've fallen or that I'm hurt more. And she's like, "What's wrong? What can I do?" She shouldn't have to be carrying that weight. She's not even 11 years old yet.
Tina says the love and support of family and friends who put together this GoFundMe has been crucial to their survival. She admits there are days it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
I should have the right to have the peace of mind knowing that they're locked up. And I don't have that.
Famavangche posted a $50,000 bail and is now at home.
I can guarantee you my medical bills far exceed that amount of money.
Tina is sharing her story.
We do have elections right on top of us.
Not asking for money.
And they should be looking at our judicial system and saying why.
She's asking you to think of her and her granddaughter when you mark your ballots.
If they don't like the laws as they are, they need to speak up and they need to vote for the people that are willing to make those changes. Call your legislators, call your courthouses, write them, barrage them, ask them why criminals are getting away with this stuff while the victims are suffering.
That's the story of what this lady went through, who wants to remain anonymous, but she told the story all the same. This goes back to what I was saying before. Lucky I don't run this country, because I would take care of a lot of this bullshit that's happening around here right now, and it'd be the main priority. We ain't worrying about money. We ain't worrying about all this other stuff with big business. They gonna get what they get. But this type of stuff right here, where people, the regular common people that make America run, whether they rich, poor, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, are being under attack. People don't feel safe in their own homes, let alone the streets they live on. This is bullshit. And you got all these politicians up here talking and saying they're going to do this and saying they're going to do. It's always an agenda they have for themselves, not anybody else. There's nobody so selfless to where they want to be president and don't care nothing about the accolades that come with it. We need to really wake up and see everybody has an agenda. Depending on if the agenda aligns with yours, then you ride with the person or not. It's always been like that. This woman lucky to be alive, y'all. Lucky to be alive. It missed her femoral artery by an inch. Shot her in the hip. A 60-something-year-old woman. Her bones don't heal like somebody that's 20 years old. They running up on her, give me $1,000. Everybody automatically think you got money. Did you hear what that woman said? And this was golden when she said this. I felt it. She said, there's been many a times I couldn't pay my bills, but I never jumped up and said, hey, I'm going to go rob somebody. And that's why I look at crimes like this as inexcusable. Everybody has ups and downs. Man is never satisfied. You can give somebody everything they want and they still going to ask for something else. We all have problems with money sometimes. We do. But it's not your right to go out there and take from somebody else that's in the same struggle as you. You just don't know it. But you just automatically assume when you see somebody at a bank or whatever, they supposed to give something to you that ain't rightfully yours in the first fucking place. And that's what sickens me about it. Here it is, two 20-year-old kids. If you want to be taken care of and you ain't know up from down, could took your ass in the fucking military. At least you learn some self-respect and respect for others. Two 20-year-old boys did this. One of them got out on a $50,000 bond. Your people got enough money to get you out, but you're out here robbing people asking for $1,000. Who the fuck bailed him out? Think about that. A lot of these poor choices and messed up characters in people are being supported by the very people that's supposed to have raised them or backed them. Who paid for him to get out? Think about that. You shot an old woman in front of her 10-year-old granddaughter and somebody paid for you to get out of jail? Go figure. It's fucked up out here. I'm telling you. I have no tolerance or leniency against people that do this type of stuff. Because it could have been me. Could have been one of y'all. All she was doing was going to the bank. And that ain't a crime. She was at an ATM with her daughter in the car. She saw him run up on her. She thought they was going to, she screamed for help. They blast her. What else was she supposed to do? What else? I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hopefully this lady will continue to make a recovery, but she's walking with a walker now, bent over. Talking about she had nightmares about the stuff. And I mean, that's the thing, man. These people just come up and pull a gun on people and will pull the trigger readily on them because of the fear they have of the gun being pulled on them, you know, as far as shooting people. So they use that fear against other people. It's wrong. 20-year-old kids don't know nothing about nothing, but you know everything about robbing and feel you got a right to rob somebody that ain't did shit to you and you don't even fucking know. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. It's a lot of PTSD in this shit.